In this segment of Spirit in the Light, okay, we're going to be talking about know your values. Before we got out of the car and we were coming from was it Biloxi we were at?
Ocean Springs.
Ocean Springs, okay, very nice place. You know, they don't sponsor us, but they're a very nice place. Ocean Springs, where we went to. Knowing your value is, in technical terms, you know, you're sponsoring below your level. I'm gonna give an analogy in football. Okay, a lot of people don't understand football, but let me just give it to you, paint the picture. You got a team that won 12 games, and they're really good, they're great. Then you got a team that is 4-8. So they basically lost 8 games and won 4. So they got some potential of winning because they've already won 4 games. So here the team comes in, they're high, you know, with the 12-0, you know, and they go out and they play this team which is 4-8. And the team 4-8 has a level in what they do, and the team that has they're 12-0, they've got 12 wins and no losses, start playing to their level. And the team with the 4 wins starts beating them. And everyone's looking at why are they acting, or why did they do this? Why did they do that? Because the team that goes 12-0 are playing at the level of basically the losing team. So if you're sponsoring, and what I mean by sponsoring, if you go to date someone that is not, and this is not to put someone down, but if you date someone that's not at your level, what I mean by that is educational, recreational, financial, okay, and spiritual. If they're not at that level with you, those 4 things basically is the components of success. Okay? And if they're not at that level, or at least 3 of them are at that level, or not at that level, or 2 are not that level, then I would say, you know, make them a friend. You know, make them a friend. But don't get seriously involved, because what's going to happen is you're going to be up here with those 4 things, and you're wanting to go even higher, and they only got maybe 1 of them, or maybe 2. And they might feel inferior, and then, it's in rare opportunities they'll say, look, I want to be what you are, what I got to do. But what in most cases, that person that's only got 1 or 2 of those things will basically look for flaws in your 4 things. Might talk about you, they might say things that'll irritate you. They'll even deal with other members of either their families or friends, okay, and try to pull you down to their level. So you got to be very careful about what it is that you want out of life, okay, when it comes to a partner. Okay, I knew exactly what I want, and in a short period of time I knew what I wanted.
Did you get it?
Yeah. And the deep thing about it, that same person expressed the same things and likes the same things, okay, and has the same thoughts, almost same thoughts that I have. But the desires was to have someone to do this, have this, going doing this, think like this, and think like that. And I'm like, okay. And then they didn't just say it, they're walking that. Is for you to walk the walk. He's an action God.
Yes.
Okay? The Spirit is in action. So you got to, I was in a business we would call something qualifying, but it was 2 things that came with that word qualify. And I'll get what it is maybe later on when we do another segment. But you really want to, I hate to say it, but you really want to qualify someone. Now let me just say this to you, right? We don't have all our finances all headed and all perfect or anything. No, that's not what this is about. But what it's about balancing one's thoughts and balancing the spirit. And once you balance those things, okay, then you go look at the educational, the recreational, for financial, and the spiritual. balance. Because you got a lot of people out here that, holy moly, God, the Bible, blah, 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 all day long. But they don't have, then their recreation, they out there smoking cigarettes and this and that, that, and the other. And then you got people out here just spending like me sometimes. I'm way better than what I was. They spend way too much. They spend out of their budget. Okay? So, and the education of a person too darn smart. So you want to balance yourself.
Knowing your values, in my perspective, I like what you said. I like how you express yourself. I like how you gave us examples and illustrations. I did. On a male perspective.
Okay.
On a female, Dr. April's perspective, on the trauma that I've been through, on past delays or past just hurt, pain. I find myself comparing myself to a female that I was supposed to hear that's with someone that I dealt with. So with that being said, I'm like, well, why are they choosing this person? Look at me. I have this going. I have that. I have this. I have that. I have this. I have that. I have that. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm doing this. But that means I'm putting flowers on myself. That means I'm putting like you said, I'm raising the standards of myself here, and I'm belittling the other person. Okay. But when it's all said and done, men don't care about what you have or what you're doing. It's the heart. It's the heart. It's the love. It's how I treat you, how you treat me. It's a chemical balance. It's just a Hitch, the movie Hitch. Okay. It's that. It's God putting people together. It doesn't matter what you have going on, what your credibility is. So I did find myself saying, I'm above the person they think that they choose. Mm-hmm. I'm here and they're there. But no, it's not about that. So I know my value. Yeah, I know I'm doing all these multiple things and have all these multiple things going on in my life. But me telling you all of that at one time, you'd be like, oh, okay. You're overqualified to be my girlfriend because you're not looking for that. You're looking for love. Mm-hmm. You're looking for genuine. You're looking for, because I can have all these things going on and an ugly person inside or treating you any kind of way or acting bougie, as they say. But, I mean, knowing your values, what are my values in God? What am I bringing to the table to the people who need God? What if I leave here today, God forbid, He's going to ask me, how many people did you bring to me? How many people did you bring? So that's more valuable. I'm a precious ruby when it comes to the word. Oh, how beautiful the feet of those who preach the gospel. That's value. That's my value. Yes. So where am I comparing myself with another female when there's no comparison? I got to know my value. I got to know where I stand with Christ. I got to know where I stand in your heart. So when we're not together at a point of you going to the store or you going to pay a bill or we're not together for a few minutes, I got to know my value and say, you know what, I'm not worried about it. Because I know who I am in His heart. I know who I am in Christ. I know that I can go to God and say, you know what, God, I would like for you to allow Him to be loyal to me. I asked for that before you came along. That I wanted a loyal man, a loyal partner. That's my value.
You knew what you wanted. You know what the requirements that God required you to have for you to be happy. With that statement and the things you just explained, that concludes this segment.